Today, you and I are going to Dubai Watch Week. No doubt we're going to see some crazy watches, but more importantly, we're going to see some brand new watches. This is my first time at Dubai Watch Week. This is my first time in Dubai, and it is exactly what I thought it would be. Hot as hell, and there's just cool stuff everywhere.
Good to see you. Welcome to Dubai.
Thanks, man.
How's it going?
It's hot, dude. It's hot as hell. Is it cool to take some videos? Can we get a little bit of power? Dubai Watch Week started in 2016, so compared to the Swiss watch fairs, this is an absolute baby. But it's slightly different because it only happens every 2 years, but it's also completely free and open to the public. When you think of Dubai, you think flashy, high-end, expensive watches, and of course they do have that here. They've got Jacob & Co, they've got Greubel Forsey, they've got all the expensive stuff. But they also have the normal stuff. We've got Oris, Doxa, Breitling and Tudor. A lot of the Swiss shows are about trade. It's about showcasing either new watches or creating relationships with dealers. This show is slightly different. Of course there's a press element, but it's all about the enthusiasts, learning, experiencing the products. And it might surprise you that the brand that highlights this perfectly is Rolex. Now typically when you go to a watch show and Rolex is there, they will only want to talk about the new watches, the new products that they have, and they will very, very rarely talk about vintage, talk about old. And with this show, Rolex is highlighting, of course, their new product, the Daytona, celebrating 100 years of Le Mans, but they're showcasing the vintage watches, showcasing the journey to the Daytona. So this is the new Daytona. This is a reference 126529LN. This is 40mm, the standard size of Daytona, but this is in white gold. And it costs £43,300. It's got little touches of vintage inspiration, and you'll see the little red 100 on the tachymeter bezel. This is a nod to the 100th anniversary of Le Mans. One of the best parts about Dubai Watch Week is legends just randomly walking around. You'll see some of the best watchmakers just standing on the corner talking. And then sometimes you'll bump into YouTube celebrities.
You're the guy from
you're the
Strap.
voice. I recognise your voice from.
You're the guy who cleans up after the Battle in Time boys.
yeah. I'm Battle in Time boys.
How are you doing?
Andrew from. If you don't recognise the voice, you will recognise the voice.
Hello, everyone.
From Watchfinder, who has an insane watch on. What is this?
You've got black diamonds on the outside, normal diamonds on the inside, meteorite dial, no name, and obviously the tourbillon there.
What do you think of the show?
This is the first time I've ever been, one to Dubai and one to this show. So you've got Watches and Wonders at one end, you've got Dubai Watch Week at the other. And Watches and Wonders is really cool. You have the big stands, it's very impressive. You have to stand outside and look through the glass like a school kid, you know, looking through the sweetie shop window. Here, the watches are just left out.
Yeah.
You walk past a stand, so we'll take Moser for example. You walk past a stand and they'll have a tray of watches open, and you'll go, that's the Swiss Icons, that's the Mad watch, that's the so on and so forth, and they're just there. But it's so friendly. It's like a club I didn't know I was a part of, but I feel like I've always belonged.
Oh, and this is why you've got the big YouTube channel. What an amazing summary. Dude, lovely to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Man, I am dying in this heat. So there's two sections to this show. There's the outer ring, which has the big brands, the kind of bespoke booths. They're all quite fancy like this. But the really fancy part, and the one that kind of, if you're a watch geek, you'll love, is the talks that they put on. And it's a proper geek out time. The other part of the show is this inner hall. From the outside, it looks quite small, but when you get in, it really starts to open up. And this is where, obviously, you have the smaller brands, the independents, but you also have big brands too. Now, I can't take you through all the watches that I saw today. So here are the pieces that stood out for me. Starting off with Frederique Constant, there are two watches from them that really stood out. Firstly, this High Life, the Tourbillon Perpetual Calendar with their in-house manufacture movement. This is a rose gold, highly complicated sports watch that's under £40,000. So this is kind of, I know it's a lot of money, but I do feel like this is kind of a value prop, but not as much as a value proposition as this one. This is the Manufacture Classic Tourbillon. The case is platinum. We have a meteorite dial, we have a tourbillon, and then on the back is the fancy stuff, frankly. The movement is hammered. And so all these tiny little lines are done by hand and a hammer. And it's such a cool random effect. And essentially means that every single movement is unique. This is £37,995, which is a huge amount of money. But I feel for this level of finishing and this level of watchmaking, it's really quite fair. Next up, we have MB&F. We're not getting any cheaper. Frankly, we're getting far more expensive. We have the MB&F HM11 Architect. So this watch head is essentially treated as a house, and it's got 4 rooms within it. And these rooms, the head of the watch, the whole thing rotates. So the rooms are, we have a crown, we have time, we have power reserve, and then we have a thermometer. It shows the temperature. And this is ambient temperature. This isn't the temperature of your wrist. This is the temperature of the air around. The case is made out of grade 5 titanium, and the movement is an in-house movement, of course, and it has a flying tourbillon. It's manual wound, and the fancy thing is how you wind this watch. Because the head of the watch is so large, the gearing is made so that when you move the head just 45 degrees, you give the mainspring 75 minutes of power, and it has a total of 96 hours of power. That's pretty epic. It's limited to 25 pieces in the blue and 25 pieces in the gold, and it costs $220,000. Now, I know we all poke a bit of fun at Hublot, but they're starting to grow me, especially with their in-house movement, their Unico movements. There's something about the styling of the watches that feels like they're G-Shocks, but for rich people. I would. If I was really bloody rich and just wanted a fun watch, fun, colourful watch, then I kind of feel like this is just a rich person's version of a G-Shock. Now for the big one. This watch is honestly, I think, my favourite watch release of 2023. And this is the Chopard LUC Strike 1 in 18 karat white gold. It's limited to 25 pieces, which is annoying, but what's more annoying is the fact that this costs $66,000. So this is a big chunk of cash. But I'm absolutely in love with this watch. So this has the same mechanism inside as the minute repeater, but rather than when actioned telling the time, it actually just chimes every hour. This absolutely would fit within my collection. If I could afford a $66,000 watch, this would be on my wrist. Honestly, it's one of those pieces that's just, it's sexy, it's cool, it's classy, it's different. I came across this very young watchmaker called Remy Couls. And it's just a chap on his own with a little stand, just with 2 watches. This isn't part of my world again. So again, this is part of the fun of watch shows, is that you get to explore things. And this young watchmaker's just doing his thing, and it looks damn cool. I'd love to spend a bit more time exploring what he's up to, where he's at, and what he's doing next, because this stuff looks really cool. I know getting to Dubai might be hard for a lot of people. I can see where you guys live, and it's not close. But if you're able to make it, I honestly would suggest doing so. This place is just so friendly, so inviting. And from a watch enthusiast's point of view, this is how watch shows should be. Getting hands-on with watches that you typically won't ever see, let alone touch. I've shown you so many watches, and I've showed you the ones that really stand out to me, but I want to know which watch you like, what's been your favorite. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you like the style of this video, then hit the subscribe button down there and that little bell icon to get notifications when I drop a new video. If you're on Instagram, give me a follow at Bark&Jack, and give me a follow at Adrian Barker. If you want watch straps, watch accessories, jump over to barkandjack.com, and hopefully I'll see you in 2 years' time. Actually, no, I'll see this place in 2 years' time. I'll see you in a couple of days.